Attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Assemble true believers, it's time for the show. ComixDad's in the house with the books you should know. He's flipping through pages, the good and the bad. Superhero showdowns and villains gone mad. With a wink and a grin, he's your comic book guy. So grab your pull list, let's take this ride. It's the pull list, here we go. ComixDad's got the highs and lows. From epic wins to flops that miss, he's breaking down the books on the pull list. Superheroes, villains, and lore, he's got opinion you can't ignore. From indie gems to Marvel's might, ComixDad's here to set it right. Panels pop the story, so I'll tell you what's worth fighting for. Some books shine, some books fade. ComixDad's calling it. It's the pull list, here we go. ComixDad's got the highs and lows. From epic wins to flops that miss, he's breaking down the books on the pull list. So grab your stack, don't miss a beat. ComixDad's bringing all the heat. Tune in now, the verdict's in. The pull list, where the comics begin.
Hey everybody, ComixDad here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome for another episode of The Pull List. That's right, we're here. We're talking comics. We're not just talking any comics though. We are talking the upcoming new comics for this week. As everybody that watches the show knows, Wednesday is New Comic Book Day. So we're here on The Pull List just to talk about some books, some notable books that are coming up for the week. Give my recommendations, both good recommendations for what you should maybe go out and pick up and read, and also maybe my not so good recommendations, ones my bad recommendations that I call trash box. Because unfortunately there are comics out there, especially by some more of the dominant publishers that needless to say, unfortunately just belong in the trash and don't even need to be on the shelves of shops. But anyway, we'll get into that all in just a minute. But real quick, let's just say hello to the handful of you hanging out in the chat. We got Levistro here. Levistro earlier was saying, I tested the blurb link. You forgot the space. You have 9 minutes to comply. I did look into that, Levistro. I don't know what you mean, man. I checked the link and it goes right to my blerps page. But thank you for helping me segue into talking about blerps. So as of late last week, I now have blerps enabled for the channel. Most streams will have blerps enabled. The only live stream that will not have blerps is Talkin' Shop, just because it's still a fun, lighthearted show, but it's one that if I get bogged down with blerps, I'm gonna waste my guests' time, and I don't want to do that. Although my guests may find it funny, because there are some great blerps out there, but I don't want to risk maybe running out the time of whoever I have on as a guest on that particular episode. So that's why blerps are not enabled for the pull list. But every other stream that I do, including this one here tonight, has blerps enabled. So if I have pinned in both the chats on YouTube and on Rumble a link, you can go to blerps and just for a very, very small, tiny monetary amount, because they have a point system. It's basically 1 cent for 1 point, which is a beat. And then I think it's about the same for a blurp point. I don't know what the difference is entirely. I just started using it recently. I don't know. But for the equivalent of about 25 cents per sound, you can play some fun sounds on the stream. Like that one. That's a great one. Levish with the blurb. Spider-Man 3 theme or meme song. I'm sorry, not me, theme. But Levish, thank you so much, brother. Oh, Levish meant the green ball isn't spaced away from the blurb link. I got you, man. Yeah, I mean, I was able to click on it just now, so it shouldn't be an issue. But no, I hear you, brother. I hear you. I will fix that for next time now. Thank you for pointing that out, man. But anyway, that's over on YouTube. Over on Rumble, we've got the White Devil Otaku says hello to all. White Devil Otaku, what's going on, brother? Good to see you here, man. White Devil Otaku just recently started a channel over on Rumble, I believe. I know I'm following him. White Devil of well, I know it was fairly recently. I don't know how recent though. But everybody go check out.
I am Steve Rogers.
I am the hype!
Yes, there we go. Little bit of Groot, little bit of Steve Rogers, and then a whole lot of DBZ abridged Vegeta, because I am the hype. Thank you, Levistro, for the blurb. But yeah, go. Anybody watching on Rumble, go click on the White Devil Otaku's image there next to his name in the chat, and that'll take you over to his channel. Give him a follow, check him out, and go check out Levistro as well over on Rumble and on YouTube. He does some good stuff. He's got his own talk show that he does, and he does some gaming. He had friend of the channel, Tomby, on his show the other night. Levistro, unfortunately, I couldn't stay and watch the show. I think I was doing my own. Either that or the wife was, and I was moderating, but Queen Comics wife. Hold on. Wait a second. What's going on? Why is the YouTube... so Queen Comics wife says... why are you screaming? Are you okay? No, I'm not screaming. I'm okay. Maybe if you turn the sound on the stream on that you're watching Queen Comics Life, you'd know. She likes to just help with the watch hours. If you turned on the sound, you'd know, Queenie. Oh, excuse me, guys. But now let me just do something real quick. I like to have the actual, like, in the studio here, I could see the chats, but like for like if anybody raids or anything like that, it doesn't give me that notification. So I like to have the stream actual, or the actual individual chats for the various platforms pulled up as well. Just so this way, in case somebody does decide to raid a channel or something. It also doesn't, EVMux doesn't always pull in donations, I don't think, or at least not on the Rumble side. So I like to have that pulled up just in case. That's all. Let me just get that resituated on my screen here. All right, cool. So yeah, but as always, guys, please hit the like button, follow the channel if you're watching on Rumble, subscribe over on YouTube. Bit of a low crowd tonight, but that's fine. I always love whoever's here, regardless, whether it's one person or 1,000 people. But thank you guys so much for being here, Levistro, White Devil Otaku, and Queen Comics Wife, and anybody else who pops in as I'm saying this. But hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the follow, whatever you got to do. We're over on the YouTube side. We are on the push to 500. The goal is to hit 500 by the end of the year. So we're in the second half of the year, and we're, I think, like 170 away. So, guys, please share the channel with all your friends, your family, your relatives, your coworkers, people who love you, people you hate, whoever you got to. But also share the channel over on Rumble as well, because I want to be able to reach more people. I like talking with the chat. I like engaging with you guys, and I like putting stuff out for you guys as well. So, Queen Comics Wife said, "Okay, well, out really."
Oh, yeah. It's all coming together.
Oh, yeah. It's all coming together. Yeah. Levistro, thank you again for the blerps, brother. I appreciate you. But without further ado, let us get on into, once I start up the screen share, but let us get into our night here. Let's do that. There we go. So, as usual, ladies and gentlemen, we are using League of Geek or leagueofcomicgeeks.com. Also, they have a mobile app. I am not sponsored by them. I do not have any kind of agreement with them. I am not part owner or anything like that. They just have a great product for cataloging your comic book collection and keeping up to date in terms of what you want to put into, well, your pull list. But League of Comic Geeks, League of Comic Geeks.com, and also their app, great to use. You could also rate reviews on comics on there as well. But yeah, it's just a great platform. But so as always, we're gonna start with what I already have dedicated to my personal pull list for the week, which is not a whole lot. This is a pretty late week for comics, just like it was the a few weeks back when I actually didn't even do a show, just because it was so late. There wasn't really anything notable to talk about, but there is some stuff notable to talk about tonight. It's just going to be a bit of a light show, that's all. But so the books that I have in my personal pull list, at least as of right now, once we go through my recommendations, all that stuff, that'll change. We'll add some more books to this. But Transformers number 22 by Image Skybound. Radiant Black number 35 by Image. Fantastic Four number 7, the Facsimile Edition out of Marvel Comics. And then also out of Image Comics, The Unchosen number 1. Now, these are just things that I personally read or I'm personally interested in. Again, I will add stuff to this list just based on as we're going through looking at some of the books that are out by some of the bigger publishers. Because yeah, this week, like I said, it's just a late week, not a whole lot going on here. But let's head on over to our first publisher, and it's going to be Marvel Comics. So Marvel's got a decent number of stuff coming out this week, just in terms of actually new books. Let's see, who's got what? 7 in a row, so they have 15 books coming out this week. But Marvel is, Marvel and DC, they're always pumping out a crazy number of books. They have been for a very long time. A little bit of oversaturation in Marvel, in my opinion, but it is what it is. But I already opened up in tabs, just the ones that I'm going to primarily highlight. But we will come back to this just to go over like any second printings, third printings, reprints, stuff like that. But let's get into our first one from Marvel. Hey, M can't be a U fan, aka MCU fan, is here. Says, "Hail ComixDad, MCU fan. What's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Thank you so much for stopping in. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to, well, I've seen you here before though, but welcome back to the channel and welcome to the pull list, my guy. We're just getting into our first publisher. We're going to be talking new Marvel comics for this week, and we're just going to be MCU fan is my brother, actually. Okay, dude. All right. I see you. I hear you. Well, M can't be a U fan. I appreciate you being here, brother. I see. Yeah, I am a little gullible. So if I lean into this and I acknowledge, oh yeah, well, your brother, and I get you and your brother mixed up because they can't be a part of blah 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 blah. Then it turns out you're actually just MCU fan. You changed your name. Well, then I got egg on my face. But whatever. I'm a trusting guy. What can I say? But let's get on into this. Like I said, I already have tabs open of all the notable books, both good and bad, that I want to talk about for each publisher. But I just wanted to give you guys just a quick overview in terms of what's coming out this week, just so you can see for yourselves. I'm not going to be talking about all these things. Just going to be talking about certain ones. But let's get on into it. The first one is going to be Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion number 2. Written by the team of Denise Camp and
Spider Sense is tingling.
Spider Sense is tingling. Spider Sense is tingling indeed. Lavisha, thank you so much, brother, for the blurb yet again. You know what, Lavisha, I'll just thank you at the end of the damn stream. You just keep hitting me with all the blurbs, so I will just give you one big thank you to you at the end of the stream. How about that, Lavisha? But yeah, so if for any of you who remember, about a month ago, on this show, I was very, very cautiously and hesitantly saying, go out and grab the first issue of this title. I had since issued a public apology on the following episode of the poll list, which was the very next week. And part of the reason for that is also if for anybody who caught my episode of Talking Shop with my guest Kevin Apollo, you can see in real time kind of how I reacted to reading this, because I read it that day before Kevin Apollo got on the stream. Needless to say, as much as I hated to do it, because the artwork, I mean, I enjoy the artwork. I can't blame the artists for the shitty writing and how awful people try to do Spider-Man and just awful writing in general. You can never really blame the artists for that. So like I said, I hated doing it, but it pissed me off so much that I tore that damn book in half on live on Talking Shop. Basically, so it takes place in the new current Ultimate Universe, which has been, all things considered, mostly positive. The best thing out of it is Ultimate Spider-Man, of course, written by Jonathan Hickman, art by Mark Cicchetto. And the one writer on this book, Denise Camp, he is writing the Ultimates, which is basically the Ultimate Avengers in this new Ultimate Universe. It's serviceable. There's about maybe in the first 12 issue in because it's what I think 14 issues in now, so in like the first 12 issues, because I didn't read 13 14 yet. I'd say maybe about 4 of them were kind of a snore fest. One of them had maybe a tiny bit of a cringe moment, but for the most part it's been decent. It's been holding my attention. So nothing against Denise Camp. It's more Cody Ziegler is the problem, and the reason for that is because Cody Ziegler is the current writer on the current Miles Morales Spider-Man series, and Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion is all about Spider-Man coming to this new Ultimate Universe to track down his baby sister, who had accidentally gone through a portal to teleport that teleported her to this new Ultimate Universe. Queen Comics Life said, "I'll keep this on so we get you watch hours." Don't worry about Queen Comics Life. It is fine. I was giving you a hard time earlier, love. That is all. And everybody, don't forget to check out Queen Comics Life as well. I'll be dropping her link tree in the chat a little bit later, so please hang out for a little bit while I drop that one for me to drop that in there. But anyway, so and the whole first issue ends up in New York City, and Miles Morales is basically running around looking for his sister with Ultimate Universe's Peter Parker and his son Richard Parker, who is using a nanotech Spider-Man suit. So he's running around with 2 other Spider-Men, basically. And mind you, for anybody who has read Ultimate Spider-Man, the current run of Ultimate Spider-Man, Peter Parker is only a year and a half into being Spider-Man, and he is in his 30s. So he is still getting the hang of it serviceably, but still getting the hang of it. Meanwhile, Miles is doing his invisibility crap and his what did they call it, venom power or venom shock or whatever, his bioelectricity stuff that he could do. And meanwhile, Richard Parker is just in awe of Miles Morales and basically sees his dad as a chud compared to Miles Morales. So it's just more of the typical shit that we've been getting with Miles Morales of, well, Miles Morales is going to take over as Peter Parker. Miles Morales, or not as Peter Parker, as Spider-Man. Miles Morales is Spider-Man too. No, Miles Morales is Miles Morales. Peter Parker will always be Spider-Man regardless of the universe. Cody Ziegler is just god-awful at writing. He's god-awful at writing comic books because all he wants to do is prop up Miles, push down Peter Parker, and promote an agenda on top of it. There's no agenda in Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion #1, but it's just a whole lot of beating down Peter Parker in the eyes of his son, in terms of perception, and propping up Miles Morales. And it pissed me off so much because we get enough of that as it is in the Prime Marvel universe. So anyway, that's basically a really long-winded way of me saying Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion #2. That is Trash Box. That is a Trash Box recommendation this week, and for the next, God, how many more issues of this actually are there? Let's see. 1, 2. This is going. All right, so there are 3 more issues after this. So for the next 4 issues of Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion, Trash Box, Trash Box, Trash Box. There, rant over. I am done with that one. MC can't be a fan. Says fight. Queen Comics Life's gonna put me in a chokehold, and M can't be a U fan says that I might like that. No comment. Kidding. But let's get to the next book. So also out of Marvel Comics, Miles Morales, Spider-Man #35, also written by this jerkwad, soy boy, cuck asshole activist, self-insertionist, whatever you want to call him, Cody Ziegler. The first volume of Miles Morales Spider-Man was mostly fine. It was just kind of Miles still dealing with the fallout and adjusting to being in the 616 instead of the original Ultimate Universe that he came from. This second volume, I got about 7 issues into it. a few years back, and I said, nope, I'm done with it. Basically, it's just a bunch of self-insertion, a bunch of political rhetoric and societal social justice warrior crap and marginalized and blah 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 blah. Clearly not meant for me, but also on top of that, it's not compelling. It's the writing is not good. If he could at least put it into a compelling story, maybe I'd care. But he didn't. He's god awful at writing, in my opinion. So Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 35, trash box recommendation as well. I gotta get some animations or something made for the positive and negative recommendations. I gotta work on that. But anyway, next book out of Marvel. Fantastic Four number 1. We are getting yet another number 1. We are getting yet another volume, another reboot, whatever you want to call it, of a long-running series at Marvel. DC does the same thing. But Fantastic Four. So this is going to be picking up where the last series or the last volume left off. I don't understand why, because Ryan North wrote that one also, so I don't know why they decided to start it as a new volume. But from this, what I'm reading is the Fantastic Four return with a new issue number 1, kicking off a whole new volume of their adventures through time, space, science, and the human condition. When the Fantastic Four take on Doom, things go well until they suddenly go catastrophically wrong. They're sent to 4 different eras in Earth's history. Alone and isolated in wildly different time periods, Reed, Johnny, Ben, and Sue all have to fight to survive. Their only hope is to reach the Forever Stone, a mass dense granite that happens to be one of the longest lasting rocks on the planet, which, through a combination of obscurity and raw geological luck, has stayed both intact and accessible for most of Earth's history. Also featuring this extra big, extra special issue, Ben Grimm fights a dinosaur. No other comic dares to feature the Thing battling several Mapusauruses. That's just where we get started. It's all brought to life by the incredible new series artist Humberto Ramos. I have no interest. I have absolutely no interest. Hey, Yarny! Yarny is in the chat over on Rumble. Says, hey friend, making tortillas while listening. Yarny, thank you so much for being here, lady. I appreciate you. Also, thank you so much again for the raid on Thursday. You hit me just at the end of the stream. I couldn't acknowledge it because we were playing the national anthem in honor of 4th of July.
Please like and subscribe for more disappointing content.
Oh shit, fuck ass!
Lavistro, thank you for the blurb featuring our friend Yarny and her swearing. But that's right, Yarny. We have blerps. We have blerps enabled. In case the extension isn't working for Rumble, because I saw somebody was having issues on Rumble with it earlier, I have the link pinned in the chat, Yarny, because I know you're all about the blerps. So, Comics Life says, ComixDad, don't freak out. I left... oh, you mean the spider. You left the enclosure open. Don't do that again. M Can't Be a U fan said Rachel Ziegler's brother. Yeah, might as well be. Cornholio. Holy crap, Cornholio's in the chat. Cornholio's in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Cornholio says, if it'll pop up here. Well, over here, it's Corn Pop did nothing wrong, but he created a channel called Cornholio. Says, best shirt ever, ComixDad. So, unfortunately, actual Cornholio is faded on the shirt. But for anybody that could read it, it says, I am Cornholio. And down further, it says, I need teepee for my bunghole.
Fire! I am Cornholio. I need teepee for my bunghole.
There you go. MKBAU fan says, all about the Blurpians, baby. That's right. All about
No one tells me when to come.
I don't know.
That's a go on, Labisha. That's a go on. But hey, this Fantastic Four number 1, I don't care. The writing also or the concept at least. I mean, I guess it's kind of interesting. They're all the team is sent through 4 different areas in Earth's history, but there's a Forever Stone that just plot armor. A Forever Stone that lasts forever, and if they get to it, they can all get back together in the same time era. Yes, they'll come across whatever's going on in the era of Earth's history that they came across. Like the Thing is going to be in the Jurassic period, apparently fighting a bunch of dinosaurs. But I don't know. I just couldn't care less. It's 95% of things probably out of Marvel I could care less about. I'm not going to trash box this. I just don't care. If you want to pick it up, if you like it, because I'm also tired of the Fantastic Four hype because of the movie coming out. The movie's gonna be crap. Quite frankly, I hope it bombs. If not, I'll be the first to admit, hey, I was wrong. I thought it was gonna bomb, but I think it's gonna bomb. But yeah, this does not interest me whatsoever. So I'm, like I said, I'm not going to trash box this, but I know I won't be buying this week. And MC Campia or M Campia U fan says this looks like Post Malone presents Fantastic Four. Yeah, kind of does. Yarny complimenting Queen Comics wife for being the best wife. She is the best wife. She is Yarny. I'm sure Yarny husband says you're the best wife as well. So don't worry about it. Everybody's the best wife. Yarny said, wish I could do blerps, but I'm on the mobile.
I herald his beginning. I herald your end. I herald Galactus.
God. Why would you do that, Levistro? Why would you give me that? That's I might refund. I might just refund that to you just because it's just that's just a bad choice, dude. But yeah, no, Yarny, you are good. Too busy cooking and too tarded to figure it out. No, you're good. If anything, Rick Cleary knows how to do the blerps on mobile. I haven't figured it out myself, so no worries, Yarny. You're good. But we're gonna move on from Fantastic Four #1 to Fantastic Four First Steps #1. That is right. They are giving this freaking movie a one shot. They are giving this movie a one shot. And the art is, oh, well, look at that. Look at who's on the cover here. Let me see if I can pop this up a little. Can I blow this up a bit? Let's zoom this in a bit. Oh, look who that is. Oh, it's our boy. It's our boy Pedro Pascal. Look at that. The new Mr. Fantastic. The new definition of masculinity, ladies and gentlemen, Pedro Pascal.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay. Why are you gay?
Yes. Why are you gay? He is the definition of masculinity, if you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen.
Mama, this is garbage. Right here.
Yes, Levistro, this indeed is garbage. So this, I don't even need to know anything about it. I mean, the cover, they did an okay job with the cover in terms of being kind of realism with the artwork. So, good job to Mark Buckingham on that. But I have no desire because it's exactly from the universe, and it takes place in the movie, the universe that the movie, the one of the multiple multiverse universes that the movie takes place in. So I don't care. The last one I didn't care, but I also didn't care enough to give it a trash box either. This one I care enough. This one, trash box recommendation. We're gonna trash box Fantastic Four First Steps #1. Let's move on though. Levistro said, yay, free blurp money. No, I was just kidding, Levistro. I was just joking, man. I appreciate the blerps. I always appreciate the blerps. Always. But you could have picked a better one. No, it was appropriate. It was female Silver Surfer, who is also going to be part of the reason why this movie bombs, because she just, God, the way she delivers that line is it's just so bad. It's so bad, guys. Let's see. Yarny and Queen Comics wife are just having a blast talking to each other in the Rumble chat. So this one, on the other hand, okay. Marvel Comics, Marvel Swimsuit Special, Friends, Foes, and Rivals #1. The swimsuit special returns. Roxxon Comics is at it again when they release their own unauthorized swimsuit special. Wasp is on the case and seizes the opportunity for Marvel's heroes to do their own swimwear fashion shoot all over the world. But fear not, true believers. We know that what you're really here for. This supersized special features splash page after splash page of gorgeous art, but with a story you could pretend you're reading it for the articles. I mean, it's still got to be sold in public stores, so it's not going to be like a nudie mag or anything like that. Don't worry, parents out there. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. But so I will be buying this, as I assume most men will be buying this. But I actually do. It seems like it's kind of a fun, kind of tongue-in-cheek sort of story. So I actually do want to read it, but also I'm going to pick this up because this is actually, I think this will actually fly off shelves this week. Not every cover will fly off shelves, but there are definitely covers that are going to be sought after, as I will show you in a minute here. So this is the base cover. This is Black Widow and Captain America Steve Rogers played a game of chicken in the pool with T'Challa, the Black Panther, and I believe that's Captain Marvel. Nope, I'm not going to buy that cover. Queen Comics Wife, you might like this cover. This cover features not Galactus. Why was I saying Galactus? Colossus of the X-Men. And then also, Queen Comics Wife, for you, She-Hulk. Look at that, Queen Comics Wife. Queen Comics Wife loves She-Hulk. Levistro says, I hated Fantastic Four before it was cool since the TV show. Fair enough. But yeah, Queen Comics Wife. You got She-Hulk here for you. We got Colossus here for anybody who's into metallic, muscular Eastern Europeans. Let's see. We got this one. We're not getting the whole cover with this one because this is actually an extended cover, I believe. So you got Black Widow here. You got MJ, Mary Jane Watson here. You got She-Hulk here. And then on the other side of the binding on the back cover, it'll continue to She-Hulk. And then I forget who's supposed to be on the back side of the cover with She-Hulk. But that's another cover. This cover, Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, and Scarlet Witch. This is actually a really nice cover. I do like this cover. I just wish they gave Scott Summers, aka Cyclops, like swim trunks instead of, banana hammock. But outside of that, this is actually a really nice cover. And then you got Phoenix, aka Jean Grey here. And then we've got this cover. This cover I'm not super fond of because look at how they did my boy Spider-Man, aka Big Peter Parker. I just don't like the art style on this to begin with. You got Psylocke here from the X-Men. You got Peter Parker, aka Spider-Man. They gave him just a really crappy bathing suit, and then on top of that, I mean, just like they make him. I don't know. I don't like the art style. I don't like the color choices, and the the somewhat realism behind it. I don't know. I just don't dig it. Then we got this one. This one's got the black cat on it, and then in the background, I don't know who the hell that's supposed to be. I see leopard print swim trunks. I don't know who the hell that's supposed to be in the background, though. Do we have any others? All right. So, and then on top of that, just coming down, these are like retailer exclusive ones. I'm not going to click on these. You can just see from here what these look like. But yeah, the Marvel Swimsuit Special, pull list recommended. We got our first pull list recommendation for the night. Me personally, we may be picking up this one for Queen Comics Wife. So we'll add that because she's a big She-Hulk gal. But this extended cover as well, be picking up that one. But let's go on to our next thing here. Is this our last book? This is not our last book. The second last book out of Marvel Comics. The Fantastic Four #7, but this is a facsimile edition. Now, anybody who's watching the show, if you've never been here before or if you've just forgotten, a facsimile edition is basically a one-to-one reprint of an older comic book, except it's just higher quality paper that it's printed on, but it has all the same ads and everything from the year, the month, the exact time that the original version of the comic book was put out, original cover, original artwork, everything, except just the barcode down at the bottom. And instead of the $4.99 sticker price, it would have the 12 and 15 cent, whatever the cover price was at the time. But Fantastic Four #7, if you're into collecting older books, but you don't want to pay an arm and a leg for them, these facsimile editions, they do end up going up in price over time anyway, because they only make a limited number of them. I mean, it's still a massive amount, like they print them in the thousands, but yeah, if you're a Fantastic Four fan, if you like older comic books, go pick up this very nice reprint of a very early one of the original Fantastic Four stories. And then out of Marvel, this is a second printing. This is going to be the second printing of the very, very well talked about, very well memed Marvel Knights: The World to Come #1 from last month. This is the book that everybody was talking about, where they whitewashed Black Panther. So basically what this takes place in a history in a future version of Marvel. And T'Challa is challenged for the throne. And at the end of the throne, at the end of the series, or at the end of the issue, he loses a fight to someone who claims to be his son. At the very last page, takes off his mask. Big reveal: he's a white dude. The next one will be coming. The next issue of this will be coming up later this month. I unfortunately did not pick up the first issue of that, or the original first printing of that, but I will be if I can, I will be picking up, or at least trying to pick up, this second printing, because it also kind of gives it away, because you can see the pigmentation or lack thereof. Just more for the meme than anything else. But yeah, that is more or less what I wanted to talk about out of Marvel for the week. But just, there's some other stuff to touch on. What is this? Magic number 7. Don't care. Laura Kinney Wolverine number 8. There's only one Wolverine. It's Logan. I don't care. Doctor Strange of Asgard. Not a big Doctor Strange fan. Red Hulk. If you like Hulk, I would maybe give this Red Hulk a shot, just because the writer is also writing Helverine, which is actually pretty good. So the guy that's writing Helverine out of Marvel right now is also writing the Red Hulk. So if you like Helverine, maybe go check out Red Hulk, just to see if you like the story that he's telling in there. But it's not my thing. Legacy of Vader, anything Star Wars, nope, we're not doing it. We're just going to ignore it. Superior Avengers number 4. So many Avengers titles. Wolverine and Kitty Pryde. If that's supposed to be Kitty Pryde on the cover, I don't know what the hell they did to her. And then Predator. I'm so tired of all this Predator and Alien and Godzilla being put into DC and Marvel Comics. I'm over it. I'm so sick and tired of it. I don't want to see it anymore. So we're going to move on to DC Comics now, though. But before we do, let's get back into the chat, see what everybody's talking about. Queen Comics Life and Yarny, or just talking about all sorts of stuff. Doing a craft stream together. Oh, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. Yeah, you do a craft stream one day. But yeah, so we are on to Marvel Comics. This week's new comics out of Marvel Comics. I am not, for anybody who's seen the show before, I am not a big fan of DC. I'm not a big DC reader. I don't know a whole lot outside of maybe just a little bit above normie level in terms of at least DC Comics lore and events and whatnot. But I do know Absolute Superman number 9. People are loving the Absolute story, the Absolute series, or the Absolute universe for the most part. So Absolute Superman, Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Flash. I haven't heard anybody talk about Absolute Green Lantern yet. That's the one thing I don't know about. But Absolute Superman number 9, I have it pulled up right here. I mean, his cover looks pretty dope. I read the first issue of Absolute Superman. I do want to get back into it, give it a look, because it's kind of like it's another alternate universe where things were done a little bit differently. And for Absolute Superman, Superman was not sent to Earth as a baby. Krypton was not destroyed initially when he was first born. He came to Earth as a teenager. At least I think he's supposed to be a teenager, maybe in his early 20s. I couldn't pick up on that. But yeah, so he shows up and he's immediately seen as a hostile entity for being an alien crash landing on planet Earth. Not that kind of alien. James Gunn, looking at you cuck. But people are talking good things about Absolute Superman. So I will say pull list recommendation for Absolute Superman number 9. Go ahead and check it out. Jason Aaron and his team there over at DC seem to be doing some pretty good stuff that people are enjoying. Action Comics number 1088. Back to school. A lot can change in a summer, especially for Clark Kent, aka Superboy. After a disastrous debut in Metropolis, the Kents are worried that the world is not ready for their son and will do whatever it takes to protect him. Little do they know, they're about to send him to one of the most terrifying places on the planet, Smallville High. So apparently in Action Comics, they've been telling the story of middle schooler Clark Kent. I guess he's been testing his hand at being a superhero. Hasn't become Superman yet. I don't know. Mark Waid is writing it. Mark Waid has a very long storied career in comics. So if you're a Mark Waid fan, yeah, we'll pull list recommend this. Why not? It's interesting enough. See how Clark Kent deals with high school. I guess, as long as you didn't watch Smallville. But yeah, we'll pull list recommend Action Comics number 1088. Outside of that, though, I mean, we've got Batman and Robin number 23. There's been enough Batman and Robin stories. I don't know what more they could do with it at this point. Batman Dark Patterns. This is the first time I'm seeing this. Let's pull this up and see what this is. Batman's vigilant investigation of the Red Hood gang killing in the Red Hood gang killing in the Rookery puts him on a collision course with the unlikely culprits at the heart of the latest mystery threatening to upend order in Gotham City. Yeah, I mean it's the Red Hood gang. So I mean, if Red Hood is involved, I like Red Hood. I like Jason Todd. I think he's a really cool character. I always thought that. Um, and it's. I mean, Batman's always a little bit darker, a little bit grittier, but it seems like this might be even a little more grittier than a typical Batman story. So you know what? I will say we're gonna pull this for the week. So go ahead and check out Batman Dark Patterns number 8. What else are we looking at here? Supergirl. I have no interest in Supergirl. Aquaman. Looks like Aquaman's getting his gas kicked. What else is new? It's Aquaman. Green Lantern Corps. Green Lantern Corps. I just want to look at this cover because, okay, yeah. So, tell me what you notice about this cover. I'll just let you take it in for a second. But I'm not a big Green Lantern fan. This cover and what I'm seeing on it definitely does not draw me in whatsoever. Green Lantern Corps, I know there's a particular series of Green Lantern Corps out there that people like. Again, I'm not an avid DC reader. I'm not as well read in DC as I am in Marvel and other things. So DC is probably one of the things I'm the least read in terms of comics. But yeah, just that cover alone, though, a cover is supposed to sell you. That cover does not sell me. Not one bit. Trinity, daughter of Wonder Woman, number 2. All right, so it's Wonder Woman's got a daughter that's going to be a sidekick. Okay, that's not really for me. Superman Treasury 2025 Hero for All number 1. Let's see what this is about. And this will probably be the last one I talk about in DC. All stars Dan Jurgens and Bruno Redondo take the Man of Steel to new heights. Legends collide as the Man of Steel goes supersized for the Summer of Superman. In this all-new Treasury edition, quintessential Superman writer Dan Jurgens pairs with the modern master of sequential art, Bruno Redondo, to craft a larger-than-life story of power, tragedy, action, and above all, hope. When a vicious armada of extraterrestrial extremists launches an all-out invasion of planet Earth, only Superman can stand in the way of total annihilation, but there's something different about this attack. It's deadly from both without and within. It's a tale so titanic we had to tell it at a treasury size to celebrate the Summer of Superman in style, featuring images and info from the brand new Superman movie, plus a special photo variant cover, which is this right here. So, if this touches on themes that's going to be in this upcoming Superman movie, especially with one of the most recent quotes that James Gunn has given lately, and I wasn't planning on touching on that tonight, but basically James Gunn is kind of hinting at, well, Superman's an immigrant and this, that, and the other, and he belongs and all immigrants belong, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. Like, trying to push the whole, like, even everybody belongs here in the US and everybody belongs here on Earth, blah, 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 regardless of legal status. So if that's what they're trying to do with this as well, this Superman Treasury 2025 Hero for All number 1, if that's what they're trying to do with this, if they let James Gunn kind of, or if DC Comics kind of is putting some of that in there to help promote the movie, I want nothing to do with it. But if they're not doing any of that, if they're not adding any of James Gunn's bullshit into this comic, this might be a fun read. This might be a fun pickup. But I will leave that up to you guys. I'm not going to pull list recommend this, but I'm also not going to trash box this as well. So, and then also just real quick in DC, we've got our reprints. We've got reprint Absolute Batman number 3, Absolute Wonder Woman number 4, Absolute Wonder Woman number 3, Absolute Superman number 3, and then, oh, what is this? All-Star Superman number 1. DC launches the newest addition to its All-Star line of comics. Oh, it's an AMC exclusive. Oh, okay. So people are getting this as for seeing for seeing Superman opening night at AMC theaters. I think the cover's neat. Yeah, I don't care. But yeah, that's all that we got out of. So if you're a fan of Absolute Batman, or if you want to check out any of the Absolute titles, Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Superman, I hear they're good. I read the first issue of Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Superman. I enjoyed it. It made me want to read more. It didn't blow me out of the water, but I want to see what happens next. I just haven't gotten around to it. So if you want to, go ahead and pick up the reprints of those. Other than that, we're going to move on to, unfortunately, our last publisher of the night. Like I said, this was going to be a little bit of a shorter show. There's not a whole lot going on in new comic books this week. So over with Image Comics. Let us get into it. Actually, hold on one second.
No. No.
Levisho, thank you for the Lego Batman no blurb. Lego Batman beatboxing. But over at Image Comics, there's not a whole lot going on over there that I'm too excited about either. Well, not even that I'm too excited about. It's just there's not a whole lot going on. They've got they've got 9 actual new books coming out this week. A couple, and the rest of these are reprints. But first and foremost, we do have one that I'm extremely excited about. Transformers number 22. Every single month, Transformers out of Image well, at least until October, is going to be a 100% guaranteed pull list recommendation. Daniel Warren Johnson has been killing it with this series. Unfortunately, after this month, there's only going to be 2 more with him as the writer. After the September issue number 24, he is going to be stepping aside to work on other things that he's got going on. And comic book writer, creator of Invincible, of The Walking Dead, and he's also currently writing The Void Rivals, which takes place in the same universe as this Transformers story does. Robert Kirkman, he's going to be stepping in, taking over, and writing for Transformers starting in October with issue number 25.
Yes!
Thank you, Levisho, for the blurb. For anybody who didn't catch that second one, that is part of the song from Transformers Cybertron Galaxy. Levisho, thank you for the blurb, brother. Yarnowich says, dude, that Transformers comic has been insanely good. Wrecked my heart. Yarny, you've been reading it? Oh, Yarny, we got to talk. We got to talk, Yarny. Maybe what we'll do is I'll find a bunch of people that have been reading it, and for once issue number 24 comes out, the last issue that Daniel Warren Johnson is writing, maybe I'll get a handful of people that have been reading this up on stream, and we'll talk about it. Because I am curious as to other people's thoughts on this as well. I've been loving it. I've absolutely been loving it. Some people I know are not super big on it, and that's fine too. But Levisha says you need more Transformers blerps. Yeah, I need to work on that, and I will. I promise you I will be working on that tomorrow. But yeah, go pick up Transformers number 22. Always a pull list recommendation. And not just that, but also the various covers. This is cover B. This is the cover I'm going to be going and grabbing because this cover is just awesome. The other cover is I'm not sure if that's Skywarp or Starscream looking through the window at the soldiers there. But I like this cover. This one's awesome. Yeah, Megatron, you got Starscream, you got Soundwave, and then you got the Destructicons over here with Devastator. Yeah. Oh, sorry, I drew a brain fart there. But no, this is a beautiful cover. I like this. I love this. And I think last month they had a cover for the Autobots, or next month they have a cover for the Autobots that matches this in style. But yeah, I definitely want to grab that as like my base cover. And then if I can, here's a 1 in 10 variant cover. It's a connecting cover. This goes back like 10 or 12 issues, and they all connect. Creates one big scene. The artwork on it is fantastic. This is the one I would love to get. This is the 1 in 25 though. I cannot pick this up. I would love to pick this one up though. This is the 1 in 25. The 1 in 25 variants. That's usually when, once it gets to 125 and the 1 in 25 and above, that's when comic shops just start charging based on the variant. So like, because this is the 1 in 25, they will charge $25 for this, for this cover. It's a beautiful cover. I love it. I'm not paying $25 for it. Not at least right now with everything going on here at home for anybody who's aware. But then this is the 1 in 50 for the month for issue 22. That's RC in her car mode, and then kind of silhouette of the smoke RC transformed. This one, okay. So if anybody is going to San Diego Comic-Con this year, please let me know. And please, if you are able to see this is the Big Time Collectibles San Diego Comic Con 2025 foil version variant. And look at Soundwave on there. He's just so adorable. Adorable little Soundwave, just getting his tape all messed up and tied up around him, Laserbeak and Ravage, and look at that guy. Yeah, Soundwave's my favorite Decepticon. So, but yeah, Transformers number 22. Go check it out. Absolute pull list recommendation. 100% of the time, every time. Next out of Image, Radiant Black number 35. Radiant Black is a really cool sci-fi superhero story. Starts initially with alien robot tech come to the planet and various people in the Illinois area getting their hands on it and taking on the powers that that technology bestows upon them, and they become superheroes. But they're not like a superhero team or anything like that. They're actually, the whole first 30 something issues is more about trying to stop a giant robot alien invasion, than anything else, and trying to figure out how the powers work and whatnot. After they stop working for a while. But now it seems like they're going to be getting into, now that they finished that, now they're starting to build up towards, okay, Radiant Black is going to start becoming like a more traditional superhero now. He's going to have villains that he fights and all that. But that first story arc, a long story arc, but that first story arc was awesome. Trying to stop the invasion of giant alien robots. They come to Earth, whole big battle ensues, all sorts of stuff. But Jaeger, for anybody who knows, for anybody who reads Radiant Black, Jaeger strikes at the heart of Radiant Black. Can Marshall defend himself against the enemy? He knows all his tricks. Or is the bold new era of Radiant Black over before it's even begun? But yeah, Radiant Black is a lot of fun. If you have read any Radiant Black in the past, definitely get caught up. Pick up Radiant Black number 35. Pull list recommendation for that. Excuse me. Kyle Higgins has been doing an awesome job with the Massive Verse, which is what he is calling his the superhero universe over at Image that he is kind of overseeing and in charge of. It includes Radiant Black and Rogue Sun, which I also love, and then other smaller titles that don't have any more issues right now. They were all like 10-page titles, or 5 to 10 issue titles. The Dead Lucky, No One, Inferno Girl Red was only 3 volumes, not issues, because they were like 100-page plus or 120-page trade paperbacks instead of being traditional like 30-page floppies. But there were only 3 of them, so that's also included though. So go check all that out. And then now we have got, excuse me. Now we've got The Unchosen number 1. This is a new book coming out of Image Comics this month. And let's just read the blurb. Quick little summary about what we're going to expect in this new book, this new title. 13-year-old Ida awakes in a city laid waste by a massive explosion, a scene of devastation that she caused. Pursued by rival forces wielding incredible powers, she must discover who truly wants to help her and who wants to control her, and the truth behind her own mysterious past. Acclaimed creator David Marquez, who's worked on Uncanny X-Men, Miles Morales, makes his highly anticipated debut both as a writer and artist on his first creator-owned series. So yes, David Marquez, he is traditionally an artist. He's done a lot of work for Miles Morales Spider-Man, not the current volume, I don't believe. The current volume. But he's also done a lot of artwork for Marvel over the past, I think, like decade. I'm looking him up. But this is his first time as a writer. So, and I can never really blame the artists for the quality of the stories that we get, especially out of Marvel and DC. I mean, if it's crappy art, then yeah, it's crappy art. It is what it is. But you get a beautiful art and a crappy story. And I looked over some of David Marquez's art before I started the show tonight. He's very. I mean, all artists are talented, but like he's talented. So I will be picking this up. This is going to be a pull list recommendation. I'm all for somebody getting out there, trying something new. This is his first time writing a comic book ever, and he's doing it as part of his own series that he is doing strictly from his noggin. So I am 100% about that. So The Unchosen #1 out of Image Comics. Go pick that up. So now we're going to get into Savage Dragon. Savage Dragon is a long ongoing series out of Image Comics that has been on and off for decades, almost as long as Image Comics has been around. But unfortunately, the creator, who's still the writer, Eric Larson, he has gone off the crazy train with TDS and a bunch of other very poisonous and extreme mindsets and thoughts. And I haven't read Savage Dragon in a long time. Last time I read an issue of Savage Dragon, I was in high school. But from my understanding, his ideologies and his philosophies and his views are very much impacting the quality of his writing and his stories. So in that case, Savage Dragon #277 is going to be a trash box recommendation for me this month. That's all I have to say about that. And then also out of Image Comics, the last thing that we got is Invincible Universe Battle Beast #1. The reason why I'm coming back to this, I know this came out. I think it came out actually when we first started the pull list, so a little over a month ago, at the end of June, beginning, or at the end of May, beginning of June. But the reason why, again, it's third printing, and the reason why I'm saying go and get this, because I am going to say go and get this, because Battle Beast #1 was awesome. For anybody that has read in the Invincible series, you get more Battle Beast. And for anybody who hasn't, go read Invincible, and then you'll find out who Battle Beast is, and then you're going to want to read this. But yeah, this Battle Beast #1, first printing, flew off the shelves. Second printing, flew off the shelves. This third printing, gonna fly off the shelves. And it's written by Robert Kirkman, who created the Invincible series. Walking Dead is going to be taking over for Transformers in October. Currently writing Void Rivals, and he's been writing a whole bunch of other stuff ever since as well. He's a modern day legend in the comic book industry. But yeah, so go pick up Invincible Universe. So let's do a quick refresh, see where we're at here. So our polls for this week. There we go. So our poll list for this week, in the order that it shows up on the website here, are going to be Absolute Superman #9 out of DC, Action Comics #1088 out of DC, Batman Dark Patterns #8 out of DC, Fantastic Four #7 Facsimile Edition out of Marvel Comics, Invincible Universe Battle Beast #1, the third printing out of Marvel Comics, Marvel Knights The World to Come #1, second printing out of Marvel Comics. Marvel Swimsuit Special, Friends, Foes, and Rivals #1. If you want to go pick up whatever cover you want, the covers I'm going to be targeting for myself and for Queen Comics Life are going to be the one with She-Hulk and Colossus, and the one with the extended cover with the swimsuits and the surfboards. Radiant Black #35 out of Image Comics. Go pick that up. And Transformers #22. Did I not hit those on the pull list? So, all right. So let's just do that real quick. There we go. Because I want to get these on there and show them. There we go. Okay, let's hit the refresh button. There we go. Transformers #22. You pick up the base cover if you want. I'm going to be getting cover B, the George Corona cover. And then for anybody, if you're going to San Diego Comic-Con, if you want to do your buddy ComixDad a favor, pick up this cover right there for me, please. The San Diego Comic-Con Big Time Collectibles exclusive foil version variant with Soundwave, little Soundwave on there. If you pick that up for your boy ComixDad, I'd appreciate it. But cover C, the 1 in 10, cover D, the 1 in 25. Go pick them all up if you want. But yeah, Transformers #22, go get it. And then finally, the last thing on the poll list, The Unchosen #21 by David Marquez, who was a veteran comic book artist. His first time striking out on his own to write something. So we're gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. We're gonna check it out and see how it goes. But all right, that is all for that. But before we get going here, ladies and gentlemen, there are a couple things I want to touch up on. Not that. So Psychic Sam by Mark Miller and John Romita Jr. That's right, the legends themselves. This is part 1 of 3. It's going to be volume 1 of a 3-volume series, which Mark Miller is also in talks about already having a movie made based off this short 3-volume indie series that he's created with John Romita Jr. If you want to go check it out, go back it. Go to Kickstarter, Google Psychic Sam. There are 40 as of right now. There are, let me refresh, 41 hours to go on the Kickstarter on the funding for this. I mean, I'm sure you'll be able to get it again afterwards at some point. But if you want to get in early on it, 41 hours to go. You pick up the base cover. It's just about $25 because it's all in pounds because Mark Miller's from the UK. If you want to get the base cover signed by Mark Miller and John Romita Jr., it's going to be about $41. Then they have a hardcover, which is different art than the base cover, which not signed is going to run about $47, and then the hardcover signed is going to run about $62. So, I mean, honestly, just go pick up the base cover, but it's going to be Mark Miller, John Romita Jr. It's going to be a gritty street level comic, very akin to The Punisher, but with a supernatural element to it. I'll leave it at that if you want to go check it out. Google Kickstarter, Psychic Sam, Mark Miller. But yeah, it's going to be good stuff. And then for, I guess we'll go over this. For anybody who's into anime and manga, exciting news for you and myself as well. Although I don't really talk manga and anime on the show, I do read manga. I read it on the Shonen Jump app. It's $3 a month. Really great deal. But Shonen Jump app removes 100 daily chapter limit. So if you sit and you read a crap ton of manga, if you sit and you dedicate yourself to like a half a day, you could probably easily read 100 chapters of manga. They're not very long. Because like the volumes that we get over here in the East, it's multiple chapters put together into a thick book about this thick. So one chapter of manga takes me maybe 10 minutes to read, if that, maybe 5. But just neat little thing out of what is this, comicsbeat.com. Who's reading more than 100 manga chapters a day? Not me, but Shonen Jump readers are. And so the Shonen Jump app has officially removed its 100 daily chapter reading limit. The update means subscribers can now read unlimited chapters every day, anytime, anywhere. Alongside this major change, the app has added genre filters to help readers discover new favorites to the already existing features like offline reading, cross-device syncing, and personalized recommendations. And then it just goes a little into the history of the app and stuff like that. But this is cool. Just something that I picked up on. Yarny said, gotta read volume 2 of Transformers. Yarny, get on it. Get on it. We're at issue 22 this week, Yarny. Lavistra says, Rumble finally works again for the blerps. Oh, cool. Cool, Lavistra. Thanks for checking on that, man. But yeah, I just thought that'd be cool for everybody. And then the last thing that I just want to discuss here, last week, after just one day after our last episode of the poll list, comic book legend Jim Shooter very tragically and unfortunately passed away. He was dealing with some health issues. Jim Shooter started out early on in his career writing for DC, also wrote for Marvel, and also became editor-in-chief for Marvel for a long period of time. Jim Shooter is remembered as somebody who got writers and artists at Marvel what they deserved. But also, as time went on, once they got what they deserved, they kind of were slacking a little bit and felt entitled. And Jim Shooter then cracked the hammer. And then there are other things about Jim Shooter's career, especially as editor-in-chief at Marvel, that some people may see as controversial. Not really focused on that. I don't really care about that for the most part. Jim Shooter is why Marvel was so amazing for such a long time, because he got the creators, the artists, and the writers and everybody that worked on the books what they deserved. But then once they started kind of falling out of line and weren't putting their all into it, he cracked the whip and he said, "Nope, you're going to put out good stories, damn it." And also, without Jim Shooter, we wouldn't have gotten Secret Wars, the original Secret Wars, where in issue 8 of Secret Wars, we got our introduction to Black Suit Spider-Man. And without that, we wouldn't have had symbiotes, we wouldn't have had Venom, we wouldn't have had Carnage, we wouldn't have had all the awesome stories from the late 80s and throughout the 90s that had Venom and Carnage and with Spider-Man, and also on their own as well. Ultimate Carnage, Absolute Carnage, Maximum Carnage, all the different Venom storylines, Venom, Lethal Protector, all that stuff. We wouldn't have gotten any of that if it wasn't for Jim Shooter, because Black Suit Spider-Man appearing in the original Secret Wars storyline. But Tomby is here. Tomby, it's late, brother. What are you doing, man? He says, hi, Tomby. How are you, brother? Oh, I had something pulled up for you too, but I didn't think you were going to be here. So you know what? Let me go grab it. So this will be, I promise, the last thing we talk about. Tomby, this one specifically is for you, brother. 2000 AD revisits classic Grant Morrison superhero saga Zenith with spin-off Red Dragon in September. For anybody who is unaware, 2000 AD is a collection of comics that are put out on a Tomby. I believe it's a monthly basis, right? Or is it a weekly basis? Because you know more about 2000 AD than I do. But because of 2000 AD, we got things like Judge Dredd from it back in the 70s, I believe, late 70s. Originally, Judge Dredd was written for 2000 AD, and it's still going to this day though, 2000 AD. But Tomby, I figured you would like to know about this, brother. Just in case, I don't know if you read Zenith back in the day. But they're doing a spinoff called Red Dragon for the Welsh superhero. As you can see here, he's got fire superpowers, but he's a Welsh superhero. And Tomby, if you know of him, hopefully this excites you, brother. But let me just read the article real quick. Rob Williams, Patrick Goddard, and original series artist Steve Yoel return to the world of Zenith for a brand new spin-off spotlighting Welsh superhero Red Dragon. The Red Dragon series will kick off in 2000 AD Prague 2451, releasing September 24th in the UK and online, and October 29th in the US Prague pack. That's a cool cover. I like the art on that. It's beautiful. And then the Red Dragon up there for Wales. Zenith is Grant Morrison's most fondly remembered contribution to 2000 AD, and one of the few instances of a superhero story proved a success for the British weekly science fiction anthology. Co-created by Grant Morrison and Steve Yoel, debuted in August 1987's Prague 536 and ran for 4 series, concluding its run in late 2000. The Red Dragon featured in the original 1987 Zenith series as Wales' greatest superhero, but didn't live beyond that. The pyrokinetic character, whose civilian name was Sidwell Reese, was a figure who rose to fame in the early 1960s, only to become disillusioned by the time he was recruited by Zenith in the 1980s. The new series, written by Rob Williams, promises to showcase Wales' champion in a dual timeline story with art tours split between Patrick Goddard in the present and Steve Yoel with coloring assistance from Dylan Teague covering the swinging 60s. So there you go. Tomby, if you're here, you're watching, and you hear that, brother, I hope you're excited for it, dude. And let me know. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys tonight. So like I said, it was a bit of a short show. I got some stuff. Oh, yes, I've got some stuff bookmarked here. Just my thoughts about Jim Shooter's passing, because Marvel put out a post. Kind of the same way they did with Peter David. Peter David, he gave his blood, sweat, and tears to the comic book industry, and especially to Marvel. And when Peter David came down with his illnesses, Marvel wasn't there to lift a finger at all to help him at all. And he had done so much for them, especially for the Incredible Hulk. But Marvel put out, oh no, this was...
Bow down all you peasants. Tomby has arrived.
Hello, peasants.
Thanks, Levis Show, for the Tomby intro, and then the Bender from Futurama. But no, I guess Jim Shooter did die on the 30th, and I just didn't cover it. Oh no, that's right. I was pressed for time last week on Talking Shop. That's why I didn't talk about Jim Shooter, because I had somewhere I had to be. I was pressed for time. It was a short show last week, but yeah, Marvel put out last week. We are deeply saddened to hear Jim Shooter, former editor-in-chief, has passed away. Jim redefined the comic industry, and we will reflect on his undeniable legacy in the coming days. Our hearts are with his loved ones and many creators and fans who were touched by his work. And not just me, but many other people in the comments of this post all pretty much said the same thing. And I told them, you insincere bastards, go to hell. You ruined everything he built. You sued him when he went out to go start his own publishing company, his own imprint. Sued him, and where were you to wish him well when he was diagnosed with cancer? Marvel wouldn't have survived if it weren't for Jim Shooter and the Elon Musk go F yourself gif. But yeah, so there was that, and everybody go check out a couple friends of the channel. Dreams Uncharted here. He's got a new title he's going to be launching soon over on his platform. DreamsUncharted.com is his website, but also his books are on Global Comics. So if you have a Global Comics subscription, or even they might be free to read on Global Comics, I'm not sure, because on his website the books are free to read as well. But go check out Dreams Uncharted. Go support Webb and what he's doing. He's got a bunch of good stuff cooking in the books. He's got a creature capture title coming up. He's got a new fantasy action adventure title coming up called Snipe Hunter. It's gonna be a good time. Go check out dreamsuncharted.com. And then also Vaughn Coleman, my brother, my brother, my buddy. Well, maybe not buddy. I use the term buddy loosely. We've talked we're friendly. But Von Coleman, my fellow New Jersey native, well, at least New Jersey born resident, because I left that hellhole. But he has the next issue in his series Phenomenova. Von Coleman is an indie creator, just like Dreams of Terror. Phenomenova number 3 is going to start its funding in the next few weeks here, so keep an eye on that. You go check it out on Kickstarter. I think he's going to be doing Fund My Comic for it as well. But also Von Coleman, Phenomenova issue number 1 and 2 are up on Global Comics as well. So you could either buy physical from him. If you go check him out on X, he's got his website linked on there. But also if you just go to Global Comics, if you have a Global Comics subscription, you could read all of Phenomenova issue number 1 and number 2. I enjoy it. It's really cool. It's kind of true to form superhero story, teenage kid getting powers, stuff like that. But yeah, that's it for me though, folks. I appreciate you all being here tonight. I hope you guys all enjoyed my recommendations. Mid-Iowa Gamer is here, says evening all. Damn it, Mid-Iowa Gamer. This was going to be a short show tonight, brother. I'm sorry that you're coming in at the end, but please, Mid-Iowa Gamer, go back and watch the show from the beginning if you need comic book recommendations. Because I got you, man. I got you hooked up. All the time, every week, pretty much for the most part, we'll be here hooking you up with comic book recommendations, both what to look at and what to potentially buy and what definitely to avoid and not buy and not spend your hard-earned money on. But everybody watching, thank you so much for being here. Please hit the like, please subscribe on YouTube, please follow on on Rumble, please repost.
Shut up and take my money.
There we go. Levistro says, shut up and take my money. I will. Thank you so much, Levistro. I will absolutely shut up and take your money. But real quick, though, everybody go check out Queen Comics Wife. Go subscribe and follow her channels on Rumble and on YouTube. I'm going to put her link tree in the chat here. So please go check her out. She's going to be live tomorrow night. I don't know if she's going to be doing her typical stream of where she just kind of BS's and talks about her chat about life and current events and all sorts of other things, or if she'll be playing a game tomorrow. I don't know what she'll be doing yet, but go check her out. Go follow and subscribe to her. Follow and subscribe here on ComixDad. Follow me on X. Hopefully I got by the end of the month, there will be videos starting to come out of the channel again. I'm going to be talking with a friend about how to up my editing game, because I know bare bones jack shit about editing. And I want to put a little bit more of a production value into a new video series that I have in mind. And then also bring back my comics read along series as well. But be on the lookout for that at some point this month. This Thursday, I may be live tomorrow with a gaming stream during the day. I don't know. I may not, if the mood strikes me. But if not, the next time you definitely know you'll be able to find me is this Thursday here on the ComixDad channel. We will have Comics Couple Cafe with myself and my wife, Queen Comics Wife, where you know what we do. We chit-chat and BS with you guys in the chat, talk about just pop culture, current events, entertainment, whatever's going on, we'll talk about it, as well as just life and whatever else you guys want to talk about in the chat. And then come back here next Monday for the poll list again, and then a week from Thursday, so the next episode of Talk and Shop, I will have Blaine, CEO and founder of the movie and TV review website Criticless, will be on the channel. We'll be talking comics, Criticless, movies, and all sorts of good stuff. So with that, everybody, that was my long-winded outro. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate you all. And once again, as always, be good to yourselves, be good to each other, support your local comic shops, support independent comic creators, and support small content creators like myself, Queen Comics Wife, Levistro, Yarn Witch, Mid-Iowa Gamer. Oh, excuse me. Who else am I missing? Tomby, of course, Tomby. Just go check out all the small channels. Go check out all the smaller channels, show them some love, but especially myself, Quick Comics Wife, too. But thank you all so much. And for anybody who came here and missed the intro, because I know some people always show up after I do the intro to the stream, so I'm going to hit you guys with the intro song on the way out as I do, because I love it. I think it's cool. But everybody have a good night, and I will see you either on Thursday or tomorrow for a gaming stream. Thank you so much, and take care. I love you guys.
Assemble true believers, it's time for the show. ComixDad's in the house with the books you should know. He's flipping through pages, the good and the bad. Superhero showdowns and villains gone mad. With a wink and a grin, he's your comic book guide. So grab your pull list, let's take this ride. It's the pull list here. Gem some marbles, might. ComixDad's here to set it right.